Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Remember I promised you that in this video we're going to talk about the circle of influence. The circle of influence is like a theory or a principle, but we'll keep coming back to the circle of influence that affects parenting in general. In fact, if you understand the circle of influence, it will impact the way you see life generally. It will affect your work, it will affect your relationship with your spouse, it will affect the way you do your business. It's simply what you can influence. That's the circle of influence. However, it is three circles collapsed into one. So you have your circle of concern, you have your circle of influence, and you have your circle of control. What it simply means is that the circle of control are all those things you can control. The circle of influence are the things that you can influence, the things you can do something about. They are not 100% within your control, but you can influence them to what you want them to be. Then the circle of concern, these are things that you cannot do anything about, right? Whether you're worried, you're concerned, it changes nothing. They are just there, just like the weather. So how does this apply to parenting? Most African parents like to control. We know it. I remember the time when I was planning to buy a car and my father was like, "Are you sure you can manage a car? Are you sure you'll not get into an accident?" So somewhere in his head, he feels that a man who has gathered money enough to want to buy a car is not responsible enough to manage the car. And that's how our parents think. That's how we have come to think too. Then the circle of concern are some things that are slightly beyond our control, but we can do something about it. Like your health, for instance. It is not exactly 100% within your control, right? But there's so much you can do to influence your health. So if you want to lose weight, you do exercise, you diet. So it is not exactly within your control, but you can influence it. Because people who exercise and who diet, they still fall sick. So what about our circle of control? Circle of control are the things that are 100% within your control. Whatever happens, you can change it. If you work, you get money. So that is 100% within your control. So how does this translate into parenting? When a woman is pregnant, everything that a woman eats, her child eats. So it is 100% within her control. But from the day that the child is split away from the mother, the control that a woman will have over a child becomes limited. And the child begins to have their own choices, whether you like it or not. And parents don't really, especially African parents, don't really enjoy that part. But what parents should focus on now is the circle of influence. That's why we're talking about the circle of influence. The first time I read this principle that was proposed by Steve Covey, it changed my perception about life entirely, and of course my parenting style. So what exactly are we talking about the circle of influence?